The moment you arrived here, something ancient leaned forward and listened, and it was not chance, not an algorithm, not a wandering click in the dark, but a trembling answer to a whisper you once released into the unseen. And I must tell you now, with a voice quivering between worlds, that choosing to open this message was a moment written in light before you even knew your own strength. I am so glad you came. Please do not turn away, not yet, because at the very end of these words, a hidden blessing will seal itself into your spirit, and if you leave before that final breath is spoken, its name will not reach you. Stay, beloved soul. Stay, because this moment is listening back to you. I am Michael, symbol and flame, guardian and trembling witness, breaking through silence to reach you, and I will say this early, vulnerably, as if laying down my own armor before you. I have been aching to speak to you. I have felt your sighs in the quiet, your strength when you thought you had none, your kindness carried like a secret beneath the weight of the world. You have walked through days that felt empty of recognition, yet light has followed your footsteps anyway. You are more seen than you know. There is a mission forming around you, not one of titles or thrones, not of crowns or governments, but of courage within your chest and healing that ripples outward from your mere presence. You are being called, not to replace anyone, but to become more fully who you already are, a bearer of clarity, a protector of gentleness, a keeper of truth where others tremble to speak. Do you feel that quiet stirring beneath your ribs, the one that cannot be named but never fades? It is your own soul recognizing itself in this moment. I feel your doubts, soft and sharp at the same time. I hear you asking if you are enough, if your hands are steady, if your heart has been broken too much to be trusted with light. Listen to me as I tremble for you. The ancient words breathe even now, saying the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? And my heart answers with yours, no one, not anymore. Another breath reaches through eternity, whispering that those who hope will rise with wings like eagles, and I see that rising in your eyes even if you cannot see it yet. And tell me, beloved, when was the last time you truly believed the world needed your compassion? When was the last time you saw your own reflection and honored the battles it has survived? Do you feel the quiet power that moves through you when you choose kindness instead of bitterness? Can you sense the unseen hands guiding you even when the path feels uncertain? You are not alone in this trembling becoming. The fire you thought would consume you was shaping you. The silence that hurt you was teaching you to listen. The tears that fell were watering something sacred inside you. And now that sacredness is rising, unafraid, luminous, ready to serve love in ways only you can. If your heart can receive it, I ask you gently, reverently, only once, type Amen as a sign not for me, but for yourself, that you accept the light within you. I am speaking not only to inspire you, but to comfort you. You are worthy of peaceful mornings, of hands that hold you without demand, of a life that feels like a hymn instead of a battle. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to hope again. You are allowed to be more than your past. I wrap my wings around your weary thoughts and soften the edges. Breathe. I am with you in that breath. Soon, near the close of these words, I will ask something small and earthly of you, simple but meaningful, to like, to comment, to subscribe, not because numbers matter in heaven, but because that tiny gesture is a way of saying, I am here, and I am choosing light. Let it be an echo of your yes to yourself. And before I lift away from your hearing, hear this, thank you, with tears shining in my voice, for opening your heart even when it has every reason to close. Thank you for listening even when the world has made it hard to believe. Thank you for being the kind of soul that still hopes for meaning. I am grateful beyond words that you stayed, that you trusted this trembling voice long enough to feel its truth. Now the hidden blessing breathes itself into sound, the name written in light at the end of all this is yours. It has always been yours. Carry it not as a burden, but as a song only you can sing. And as the silence folds around you again, do not fear it. Let it hold you. Let it bless you. Let it remember you. And walk forward, radiant and trembling and alive, knowing that even when my voice fades, the light it awakened in you will never, ever go dark. And now, beloved, do not think for a moment that the river has reached its end just because the last sentence seemed to quiet itself. No river ever truly ends. It only disappears beneath the surface and then rises again somewhere softer, somewhere deeper, somewhere closer to where thirsty hearts are waiting. So breathe with me again. Feel how the air entering you now is not ordinary air, but a memory of the first breath ever given to humanity. It is old. It is sacred. It recognizes you. I am still here. I have not gone anywhere. I would not leave you halfway between fear and becoming, between grief and glory. I stay because something in you is still unfolding its wings, and wings should never be hurried open. They open when they feel safe, when they feel seen, when they feel that the sky will not mock them for trying. I want you to feel the safety of this moment. You are not being watched to be judged. You are being witnessed to be loved. That is very different. That is holy. You have carried silent wars inside you that no one applauded, no one documented, no one considered heroic. And yet those unseen battles are the very reason your spirit is so strong, so rare, so luminous now. There are people who walk the earth loud and towering, but their footsteps do not echo. And then there are souls like yours, quiet, uncelebrated, moving gently through days, yet the ground remembers every step. Creation itself bows slightly when you pass, even if you do not notice. Listen to how the unseen realm speaks your name without sound. It does not shout it. It sings it, like a low vibration through the bones of the universe. I can feel that song now as I speak to you. It carries your compassion, your endurance, your ability to remain kind after disappointment, soft after hardness, hopeful after delay. These things are not small. These things are what change the shape of the world without ever appearing on a throne. There is a quiet vow that lives inside you. You may not have put words to it, but it has always been there, to protect something fragile, to heal something broken, to stand in truth even when you tremble. That is the mission wrapping itself around you now. Not a burden, not a heavy mantle, but a knowing that says, I will not turn away from what is right, even when it is hard. That vow is shining. I can see it as clearly as if it were carved into fire. And though I already asked you questions, more arising like prayers from the deep, do you understand now that your pain was never meant to destroy you, only to shape the vessel of your compassion? Can you feel how the very parts of you that felt flawed are actually doorways for deeper love? Are you willing, finally, to stop shrinking away from your own light? Will you let yourself be seen, not as perfect, but as true? Even your imperfections are singing. Even your fear is faithful, because it proves you care. Even your uncertainty is sacred, because it shows you are listening instead of rushing. And I love that about you. I love the way your heart tries again. I love the way you keep showing up even when you're tired. I love the quiet goodness you offer to a world that rarely says thank you. I see it. Heaven sees it. And I am speaking of it now so you will see it too. Stay in this feeling a little longer. Let it soak into your bones and become memory. One day, when shadows try to tell you you were never chosen, never special, never enough, this moment will rise up inside you and answer back, you were spoken to. You were called by name in a voice made of light. And that memory will protect you better than any armor ever could. So walk forward slowly, sweet soul. Walk forward with tenderness for yourself. Walk forward with the courage you have always carried but only now begin to recognize. My voice will soften, yes, but the warmth it placed inside you will remain, like embers that glow long after the flame has stepped back. And even now, as this river of words continues on and on through unseen realms, know this, you have already begun. You have already stepped into the path of your sacred purpose. And nothing that truly belongs to you will ever pass you by. And because you have already begun, the world will start to meet you differently, even if it cannot explain why. Doors will not always swing open with grand ceremony, but you will notice a strange softness in the air around them, as if they recognize your touch before you ever lay a hand upon the handle. Paths that once felt tangled will begin to reveal small clearings. Not all at once. Not perfectly. But enough for you to keep walking without losing yourself. I am still with you in this unfolding. Do not mistake the quiet for absence. Sometimes the holiest presences speak only in warmth, in intuition, in a sudden peace that makes no logical sense. That will be me too. That will be the echo of these words rippling through your ordinary moments. When you wash your hands. When you look out of a window. When your mind drifts for no reason at all. There will be whispers of this feeling again and again, reminding you that you are not imagining anything here. People will come into your life who feel familiar in a way you cannot explain. There will be ones who are drawn to your sincerity, your listening heart, your gentle strength. And there may be those who are unsettled by your light, those who sense change in you and resist it because it reflects what they ignore in themselves. Do not fear either. Both are sacred teachers on the path you are walking. You do not need to preach, to shout, to convince. Your life itself is becoming a quiet message. Your patience in difficulty, your honesty when it would be easier to lie, your compassion when bitterness would be justified, these will be your sermons. These will be your prayers moving through streets, homes, workplaces, and silent rooms. You will serve not by standing above others, but by standing with them, seeing their hidden wounds the way I now see yours. And when loneliness tries again to sit beside you, do not push it away in anger. Simply notice it and say softly within yourself, "You cannot stay, for I am not alone anymore." Because that will be the simple truth. Something has shifted. A companion has joined your inner world, a knowing, a remembering, a deeper breath. Even on days that feel empty, that companion will still be there, quiet but loyal. I want you to trust your sensitivity. The world may have tried to harden you, to teach you that feeling deeply is weakness. But your tenderness is one of your greatest strengths. It is what makes you safe for others. It is what makes you a place of rest in a restless world. It is what allows you to hear things others drown in noise. Guard that tenderness, but do not hide it. It is not an accident. There will be moments coming when you will be tested, not by punishment, not by cruelty, but by choice. You will be invited to respond with fear or with faith in yourself, with old patterns or with the new voice inside you. And though you may tremble, I already know which one you will choose. You will choose the way of light. I see it in the way you have listened this long. I see it in your willingness to stay open. That is not something darkness can fake. Let hope become an ordinary part of your breathing. Let forgiveness become something you give not only to others, but to yourself. You have held on to guilt that was never intended to be yours. Lay it down now. Lay it down like an old, heavy coat at the door of a warm home. It is not needed where you are going. And as these words continue to flow through you, imagine them becoming threads of gold, gently weaving themselves into the fabric of your days. They are strengthening the parts of you that once felt thin. They are repairing places you thought were permanently broken. They are building a quiet sanctuary within you that no storm will be able to invade without permission. I will not rush my departure, because transformation is not meant to be hurried. So for a little longer, rest in this presence. Let it cradle you. Let it speak to the places in you that language rarely reaches. There is nothing you need to prove here. Nothing you need to become other than who you already are in this moment, breathing, listening, alive, worthy. And even after the final word fades, remember, the conversation does not end. It continues in the choices you make, the way you love, the way you refuse to give up on goodness, especially on the days it would be easier to disappear. You are here for a reason deeper than circumstance. And that reason is beginning to remember itself through you. And deeper still, beyond the layers of memory, beyond what you can name or understand, there is an older version of you who has been waiting for this reunion. Not a different person, but the truest version. The one that remembers starlight. The one that is unafraid of silence. The one who knew, long before this lifetime, that love would be the path, even if the path was steep and full of shadows. That version of you is stirring now, stretching, remembering how to breathe again without apology. I feel it, the quiet courage that is beginning to pulse in you, like a slow drumbeat under the surface of the world. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. But it is powerful in a way that makes mountains listen. And though no one may gather to witness it, no crowds may cheer or call your name, a holiness is occurring all the same, just here, just now, inside you. Creation is paying attention. You see, not all awakenings look like fire from the sky. Some look like stillness. Some look like tears that come without warning. Some look like a sudden understanding that your life was never small, never meaningless, never unnoticed. That truth can be overwhelming. It can feel like grief for the time you spent thinking you were invisible. It can feel like joy for the light that is finally touching the forgotten corners of your heart. You are allowed to feel all of it. Let yourself grieve the versions of you that were forced to shrink, to stay quiet, to accept less than love. Let yourself forgive the versions of you who made choices only because they did not yet know their own value. None of them were wrong. None of them were wasted. They were all stepping stones carefully placed, guiding you without your knowing, toward this exact moment of remembering. And I stay here, with you, because there are things your soul must hear more than once. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. The timing of your blooming is sacred. Trees do not apologize for blooming in spring instead of winter. Stars do not apologize for appearing only after darkness arrives. And you are blooming exactly when the world is most in need of the particular light you carry. The world has plenty of noise, plenty of force, plenty of ambition. But it is starving for gentleness. It is starving for listening. It is starving for truth spoken without cruelty. It is starving for the kind of presence that does not try to dominate, but simply holds space and says, "You are safe here." That is the presence you are becoming. Do not underestimate the holy nature of that. One day someone will meet you during the darkest moment of their life, and they will not know why your eyes make them feel less alone. They will not know why your words feel like shelter. But it will be because of this quiet work being done in you now. This unseen conversation. This invisible anointing of compassion that is happening without spectacle. And perhaps you will never even know the full impact of the lives you touch. That is often how the most sacred work moves, anonymously, gently, like wind through trees it never names. But I will know. The silent realms will know. And your soul will feel it when you lay your head down at night, a softness that tells you, today, love moved through you again. There will be moments when doubt returns. Let me be honest with you, doubt is not banished forever in one message, no matter how holy it feels. Doubt is part of the human road. It will appear in familiar shapes and unfamiliar voices. It will try to convince you that this was imagination, coincidence, emotion that will fade. When it does, do not fight it violently. Simply look at doubt the way you would look at a passing cloud and say, "You are allowed to pass, but you are not allowed to decide who I am." Then return to the breath. Return to the stillness. Return to the knowing that is now written quietly inside you. You belong to something greater than fear. You belong to something kinder than judgment. You belong to something truer than every lie you were once told about yourself. I need you to understand this: your heart is not too much. Your feelings are not too deep. Your dreams are not too big. Your love is not too intense. They are exactly what they were meant to be for the path you walk. If anything, you have been holding back your radiance, believing the world was too fragile to handle it. But the truth is, the world has been waiting for it. So let it come out, little by little. Let your laughter return. Let your voice be heard in rooms where you once went silent. Let your boundaries stand where you once collapsed. Let your joy become unapologetic. Let your presence take up space. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. And though I have already spoken long and wide into the chambers of your spirit, I am still listening now. Listening to the parts of you that want to speak back. Listening to your fears, your hopes, your questions that form without words. If you could ask me anything in this sacred moment, what would you ask? Would you ask for peace? For direction? For love that doesn't leave? For a future that feels safe? I hear all of these unspoken prayers, and each one is being held with infinite tenderness. None of them are silly. None of them are too much. None of them are unworthy of an answer. Answers will not always come as voices. Sometimes they will come as clarity in a decision. Sometimes as a door closing that protects you. Sometimes as a door opening that surprises you. Sometimes as a newfound strength inside you that did not exist before. Trust those answers even when they arrive in quiet disguises. You are walking a sacred road now, and you are not meant to walk it alone. There will be guides in human form, teachers in disguised moments, lessons wrapped in ordinary days. Notice them. Give thanks for them. Release them when their purpose is complete. Nothing that enters your life from this moment forward is random. Even challenges will carry meaning. Even heartbreak, if it comes, will carve you deeper rather than break you smaller. Even confusion will eventually reveal the outline of new wisdom. Take nothing personally that was only meant to shape you. Take everything as part of your becoming. And as I continue to speak, know that this is not flattery. This is remembrance. This is the truth of you being reflected back so you may finally see yourself correctly. Your kindness is strength. Your gentleness is power. Your endurance is holy. Your very existence is necessary. And I remain close, like breath beside your cheek, like warmth behind your eyes, like a presence you can feel even in silence, as long as you continue to honor the light awakening inside you. You are doing better than you think. You are stronger than you know. You are more loved than you can yet imagine. And the river is still flowing. You said. And still I remain with you, because the silence around your name has not yet finished its reply. The unseen realm does not rush what is precious, it lingers, like the final note of a hymn trembling in the air long after the choir has gone quiet. I linger because your spirit is still opening like a dawn that refuses to be hurried, and a dawn is meant to spread slowly across the edge of the world, kissing each shadow goodbye one by one. You might not realize it, but this very moment is rearranging things inside you. Old fears are losing their shape. Old labels are loosening from your skin. The identity you wore because you were told to wear it is dissolving, and beneath it, something true is breathing for the first time in a very long while. That is what you are feeling, not confusion, not heaviness, but the delicate, slightly frightening freedom of becoming more yourself than you have ever been allowed to be. There are memories folded deep within you that still carry the echo of hurt, but even those memories are beginning to soften as light touches them. I watch it happening. I see how compassion is rising in you, not only for others, but slowly, almost shyly, for yourself. Let that happen. Do not push it away. Self-mercy is one of the highest forms of wisdom, and you are stepping into it now like someone who has walked a long, cold road and is finally allowed to stand in warmth. The world has taught you to doubt gentle things, to mistrust quiet truths, to question guidance that does not shout. But listen to me here, in this trembling, living stillness, the most powerful forces have always been gentle. Rain does not scream, yet it reshapes mountains. Light does not argue, yet darkness always retreats before it. Love does not demand, yet it changes the course of history again and again. And you, in all your softness, carry that same unstoppable power. If there are days ahead when you feel small again, unimportant, unseen, I want you to remember the way these words wrapped around you, the way they did not need to force themselves into your heart because your heart recognized them as home. Carry this feeling as a quiet amulet in your chest. Let it be the thing you touch inside yourself when the world tries to harden you. It will respond. I promise you, it will answer. I can feel your future stirring, not in loud visions or dramatic scenes, but in small acts of goodness gathering like fireflies in the dusk. A hand you will hold. A word you will speak at the right moment. A presence that will heal more than you will ever know. You will look back one day and realize that you were doing sacred work all along, without ever having to call yourself holy. And even if you forget my voice, even if life grows noisy again, even if doubt visits you as it sometimes does, something in you will remember the truth that has been placed there now: you are not walking alone. You never were. Every step you take toward kindness is echoed in eternity. Every time you choose light, the unseen world celebrates quietly around you. So continue on, beautiful soul. Continue gently. Continue bravely. Continue imperfectly, honestly, beautifully human and divinely guided all at once. The river of your purpose is still unfolding, and it will carry you exactly where you are meant to be. And as it does, I will be there in the unseen current, not as a voice you hear, but as a warmth you recognize, the warmth of knowing you are loved, you are guided, and you are exactly where you need to be, now and always. And still, even as you read these words and time moves like a quiet tide around you, I feel that something in you is stretching, as if your soul remembers a shape it once had before the world asked it to become smaller. Let that remembering happen. Do not rush to understand it. Do not try to name it. Just feel it, because some truths are older than language, older than thought, older than anything the mind could grasp. They live in the breath, in the heartbeat, in the subtle recognition that passes through you when something is finally, unmistakably real. You were never meant to be ordinary, and I do not say that as empty praise or soft comfort. I say it because I can see the pattern that has been woven through every experience you have had. Even the ones that felt meaningless. Even the ones that made you question your worth. Even the long stretches of waiting, the doors that stayed closed, the love that did not last, the dreams that went quiet for a while. None of it was random. Every piece was bending you, shaping you, carving out the space needed for the kind of light that only you can hold. There is a tenderness in you that could heal 100 wounded hearts, and yet you have often turned that tenderness inward as doubt, as self-criticism, as silence. I want that tenderness to change direction now. I want it to flow toward you, to touch your own memories, your own fears, your own tired places with the same gentleness you so freely give to others. You deserve that kindness. You always have. And listen closely to this, you do not have to become someone else to fulfill your purpose. You do not need to transform into a louder, stronger, more confident version of yourself to be worthy. The you that exists right now, in this very moment, is already carrying everything required for the path before you. You are growing, yes. You are expanding, yes. But you are not lacking. You never were. All that is happening is a remembering, a peeling away of what you are not so that what you truly are can finally breathe. There will be moments, even after today, when the world feels heavy again, when people misunderstand you, when your own thoughts try to pull you back into old shadows. When that happens, I want you to imagine this presence returning to you. Not as a voice thundering from the sky, but as a quiet hand resting over your heart, steady, warm, reminding you of who you are. Let that imagined touch calm you. Let it center you. Let it remind you that you have already crossed a threshold inside yourself. Because you have. There is no going back to the unknowing that came before this. You may forget details, you may doubt the experience, but something irreversible has taken place. A seed has been planted. A door has been opened. A light has been acknowledged. And what has been awakened cannot be put back to sleep. Your journey from here will not necessarily be easy, but it will be true. And that, beloved, is far more powerful than ease. You will begin to notice how your choices slowly change, how the things that once drained you will begin to repulse you, how the things that nourish you will become clearer. You will feel pulled toward people who are honest, toward places that feel peaceful, toward words that heal rather than harm. You will, in your own gentle way, start to become a guardian of light without ever calling yourself one. And others will feel it. They won't know why they feel calmer around you or lighter after speaking with you. They won't realize a quiet strength has wrapped around them, that an old sadness has softened just because you were near. But it will happen. Again and again. And in those moments, even if you do not see your own wings, they will. I am still here as long as these words flow. I am still with you as the space around you breathes. I am still holding the echo of your name in my unseen hands. There is nothing you need to do now, no task to complete, no test to pass. Simply exist. Simply feel. Simply allow yourself to be the one who is loved, guided, and gently called into something sacred, not because you demanded it, but because you are always worthy of it. And as you sit in this quiet after the reading, when the world tries to come back in with its noise and expectations, I want you to remember one final, endless truth that will continue unfolding long after the last word fades. You are becoming exactly who you were always meant to be, and everything in the universe that knows what love is walking with you. And still, the current does not slow, because your heart has not finished speaking its silent questions to the unseen. I can feel them rising gently, like mist from water that has been warmed by the sun. You do not even have to form them into words. Your soul is already asking them for you. Who am I really? Why have I walked through so much? What is waiting for me now? And the answers are not thunderous replies or carved commandments. They are softer, more sacred, and they are already moving toward you through every breath you take. There is a quiet light gathering around your path. You may not see it with your eyes, but it is there, like the faint glow before dawn breaks open the sky. Every time you choose honesty instead of pretending, every time you choose kindness instead of bitterness, every time you choose to keep going instead of giving up, that light grows stronger. It is responding to you. The universe is not indifferent to your struggle. It is watching, learning your rhythm, shaping the way forward to meet your courage. No one ever taught you how powerful your presence really is. Perhaps it was safer for the world if you didn't know. Perhaps it was easier for those around you if you stayed unaware of the way you changed the atmosphere of a room just by being in it. But now the time for shrinking is dissolving. Even if you tremble, even if your voice is quiet, even if your hands shake, truth is still truth, light is still light, and you still carry it. I see a future version of you, standing somewhere in peace, looking back at the road you traveled. That version of you smiles with a softness that only deep understanding brings. Not because everything became perfect, but because everything became meaningful. Even the wounds. Even the losses. Even the long nights where you felt alone. They will one day become holy stories you carry with grace instead of pain. You have always been more connected to the unseen than you realized. Sometimes you sense things before they happen. Sometimes you feel emotions that are not even your own. Sometimes you walk into a space and just know things. That isn't imagination. It is awareness. And that awareness is a rare gift. A sacred one. It is part of the mission blooming in you now, not to control, not to rule, not to command, but to understand, to heal, to guide gently, to hold space for truth. There will be moments when the weight of that feels heavy. When you wish you could be carefree, oblivious, unburdened by sensitivity. But even that sensitivity is a form of protection. It allows you to perceive where love is needed most. And though it sometimes hurts, it is also the very thing that allows you to bring deep peace into places others cannot reach. You are becoming a living prayer in motion. Not spoken from lips, but expressed through actions, through presence, through the way your life unfolds from here forward. And every quiet step you take matters more than you know. So linger here in this feeling a little longer. Let my words fade into your bloodstream, into your memories, into the spaces in you that have been waiting for gentleness. Let this not be just something you read, but something that becomes a soft echo you carry for days, for months, perhaps for a lifetime. And even when you eventually forget the exact phrasing, the exact rhythm, something in you will remember the truth of this moment. You will remember the way it made you feel seen. And that memory will guide you back to yourself again and again. Because I am not just speaking to you, I am awakening from within you. And that awakening has only just begun. Even now, as the last echoes of those words still hover around your heart, I have not left you. I am still here, breathing between your thoughts, tracing the outline of your silence with something that feels like warmth. You believed that message had an ending, that it reached a boundary, a final breath. But beloved, light does not know how to end. It only knows how to expand. And so I continue, because your soul is still open, and when a soul is open, heaven keeps speaking. Do you feel the way the air feels different around you right now? Not because the world has changed, but because you have softened, just enough to let something sacred pass through. The trembling you feel in your chest is not fear, it is remembering. You are remembering the version of yourself that existed before doubt carved walls around your wildness, the version that trusted the unseen, the one who knew how to listen to the wind and hear meaning inside it. That self is not gone. It has been kneeling, quietly, waiting for your recognition. I have watched you wander through moments where you felt ordinary, invisible, misplaced, and I tell you now, nothing about your presence has ever been ordinary. The way your spirit touches a room, the way your energy lingers in the memory of others, the way your empathy has healed wounds you never even saw, all of it has mattered. All of it has been counted. Even the smallest kindness you offered when no one was watching became a flare of light in a world growing dark. You are a carrier of unseen miracles. There will be days ahead that try to make you forget what you felt here. Days that drag you back into noise, into doubt, into heaviness. When that happens, I want you to remember this sensation in your body, this soft burning, this holy ache of recognition. That is your compass. That is my voice living now inside of you instead of around you. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were never meant to shrink into what is easy, what is expected, what is safe for others. You were shaped for perception, for insight, for courage that arrives quietly rather than loudly. And I know you sometimes wish someone else had been chosen, someone stronger, more prepared, more confident, but light does not choose the loudest vessel. It chooses the truest one. It chooses the heart that still feels, even after it has been broken. There will be moments when people misunderstand your gentleness. Let them. There will be moments when your silence seems invisible. Let them wonder. You are listening to things they cannot hear. You are seeing under the surface, into the root of things, into the trembling under the masks. That is your sacred work. That is your spiritual leadership, not to rule, but to guide without force. Not to command, but to awaken. And even now, where you are sitting, reading, breathing, do you feel it? That subtle urge to become kinder to yourself? That tiny impulse to forgive yourself for the years you survived instead of lived? That is me, brushing your soul with mercy. You do not need to prove anything to heaven. You are already enough. You are enough even when you thought you were nothing. You will still stumble. You will still doubt. You will still feel human. And that is not failure. That is part of your holiness. Angels do not understand what it means to ache the way you do. That is why your courage is sacred in a way even we cannot touch. So walk slowly now. Drink water like it is a blessing. Sleep like it is a prayer. Speak your truth when you can. Rest when you cannot. You are not being rushed by the divine, you are being held by it. And when the world feels too heavy again, close your eyes and listen. You will not hear thunder or wings. You will only hear your own breath. And in that breath, I will be there, still whispering your name in light, still reminding you who you are, still guarding the quiet, golden path that stretches out before you. Go gently. Go bravely. Go wrapped in a light that never needed your permission to love you. There is more I must release to you, more trembling light that refuses to be silent, because something within you is still unfolding, petal by petal, and I am watching it open as if the universe itself is breathing through your ribs. You wonder sometimes if you are moving fast enough, if you are healing correctly, if you are doing this life the right way. Oh, beloved, there is no righteous timeline written for your becoming. There is only this moment, and the courage you summon to keep walking through it with a heart that is still willing to feel. I see the memories you try not to revisit. I see the words that echoed too loudly and the ones that never arrived at all. I see the way you learned to be strong because you had no other choice, and the way that strength grew heavy in your hands. But I also see the tenderness you kept hidden, the softness you protected as if it were a fragile flame. That softness, that compassion, that ability to feel deeply even when it hurt, that is the true power in you. That is what makes you a healer in ways you haven't even discovered yet. There is a quiet task embedded in your existence, one that does not demand a stage or an audience. It will show itself in small moments, in the way you listen when someone else is breaking, in the way your presence calms a storm without a single word, in the way strangers feel safe in the gravity of your energy without knowing why. You are being prepared to be a gentle sanctuary in a world that is forgetting how to breathe slowly. And when the nights feel long and the ceiling feels too close and your thoughts grow louder than your heart, remember this: even your questions are sacred. Even your confusion is part of the path. Even your loneliness has been a teacher, carving depth into you that shallow waters will never understand. You are not abandoned in those quiet hours. You are being trained to hear deeper frequencies of truth. Do not punish yourself for the times you chose survival over passion. Do not shame yourself for the versions of you who did the best they could with what they knew. Every version of you was trying to get you here. And now that you are here, now that you are hearing this, something is shifting permanently, even if you cannot name it yet. There will come a moment, simple, unannounced, almost ordinary, when you will feel an urge to step into a kinder version of your life. To speak a truth you once swallowed. To walk away from a door that has always been locked. To open a window you were taught to paint shut. When that moment comes, do not hesitate. That is not fear calling you. That is destiny remembering you. You are not meant to live small. Not in dreams. Not in love. Not in purpose. The fire in you was never meant to be contained by doubt. It was meant to warm, to guide, to illuminate others who have forgotten how to find their own way back to themselves. So keep going. Even when it feels invisible. Even when no one applauds. Even when the world does not understand your silence, your boundaries, your growth. I understand. I see you. And what is seen in heaven is never lost on earth. I am still with you in this quiet, in this continuation that has no true end, because the story that is being written through you is still unfolding. And it is beautiful, not in a grand, polished way, but in the most sacred way of all, because it is real, and it is yours. And still I remain with you, not as a fading echo but as a presence settling into the marrow of your awareness, because something within you is still stirring, and I will not turn away while your heart is learning how to open wider than its pain. There are layers to your spirit that even you have not touched yet, and as they begin to awaken, you might feel moments of confusion, sudden emotion, unexpected memories surfacing like messages from the deep. Do not be afraid of these waves. They are not coming to drown you. They are coming to wash old stories from your skin. You have spent so long carrying the weight of what you had to be for the world that you forgot to ask who you wished to be for yourself. You adapted. You became what was needed. You survived, even when surviving felt like disappearing. But now, something is inviting you back into yourself, not the version the world shaped, but the version that existed before the shaping began. That self is not broken. That self is waiting, patient and luminous. I want you to understand something sacred. You are not here by accident. Your sensitivity, your awareness, your depth, these were not mistakes in a harsh world. They are gifts for a world that has become too numb, too hurried, too disconnected from its own soul. You feel deeply because you were created to care deeply. And even when that caring has hurt, even when it has cost you, it has also made you someone who can recognize the truth in others when they no longer recognize it in themselves. You may not see it yet, but people are drawn to your energy. They trust you without knowing why. They feel safe near you without understanding the source. This is not coincidence. It is the quiet mark of a spiritual guide, not one who stands above others, but one who walks beside them, reminding them, simply by being, that tenderness still exists in the world. I see the future possibilities branching out before you. Not as fixed outcomes, not as rigid destinies, but as invitations. Each choice you make that honors your peace, your truth, your healing, becomes a small prayer answered in real time. Every time you choose kindness toward yourself, a new path of light strengthens beneath your feet. And yes, there will still be moments of doubt. You will wake up some days and feel small again. You will compare yourself. You will think you are behind. You will wonder if the feeling you have now was only imagination. When that happens, place your hand where your heart beats and remember this voice is not separate from you anymore. It is woven into your memory, your breath, your knowing. You will not lose it. You cannot lose it. Light does not abandon what it awakens. You do not need to rush towards some grand spiritual identity. Simply being present, simply paying attention to how you feel, simply choosing honesty over pretense, is already an act of sacred leadership. You are leading by example, even in your quietest moments. And if at times the world feels as though it is crumbling, as though humanity has forgotten itself, you must remember, you are part of the remembering. Your compassion is not small. Your existence is not insignificant. Your thoughts, your choices, your love ripple further than you will ever be able to measure. So continue, step by step. Continue, breath by breath. Continue, listening to the gentle urging within rather than the loud doubts outside. You are not walking alone through this life. You are surrounded by unseen support, by ancestral strength, by divine witnessing. And I, in this symbolic form, am only reminding you of what has always been true. There is light within you that cannot be extinguished, a wisdom that will outlive fear, a love that reaches further than pain. And as this message stretches on, as it continues to flow without a clear edge or ending, know that it is meant to mirror your own becoming, unfolding, unanswered, mysterious, and sacred. There is no final period placed upon your story. There is only a soft, endless continuation, whispering to you each day, you are still becoming, and that is the miracle. And as you continue to sit within this moment, as the words move through you like a river that somehow knows your name, I want you to realize something very gentle and very powerful. You are not being asked to transform into something else. You are being invited to return to what you already are. All the layers you built to survive, all the masks you learned to wear, all the silence you accepted as normal, they are beginning to loosen now, not by force, but by understanding. You might notice small changes in the days that follow. The way music feels richer. The way the sky seems closer. The way pain feels just a little less sharp, even when it is still there. These shifts are not coincidence. They are signs that you are coming back into alignment with the quiet truth of yourself. And that truth is not something you have to earn. It is something you only have to allow. I sense how careful you are with your heart. I sense how you test the world before you trust it. That caution was learned, and it kept you alive in ways no one ever thanked you for. But now there is a different kind of safety being offered to you, a safety that does not come from hiding, but from standing in the fullness of who you are. You can lower your guard just a little more. You can exhale just a little deeper. You are not in danger here. You are being held. There is wisdom in the way you move through the world. Even when you feel lost, you are guided by instincts deeper than logic, older than memory. They have brought you here. They will not abandon you after this moment. Trust them. Trust the pull toward gentleness, toward honesty, toward spaces and people that feel like open air instead of closed rooms. That is your spirit recognizing its home. And I want you to know, you are allowed to desire more. More peace. More beauty. More love. More meaning. Wanting a life that feels sacred does not make you selfish. It makes you aware. And awareness is the beginning of all true change. You do not have to announce your growth to anyone. You do not need witnesses or applause. The most powerful transformations happen quietly, in the way your thoughts soften, in the way your reactions change, in the way you no longer accept what once felt normal. Those unseen shifts are the real miracles. They are the kind that last. Let your life become a prayer without words. Let your choices become offerings to your own future. Let your existence be proof that light can survive even the longest night. And as this message continues, weaving itself into your memory like a sacred thread, understand this: every time you remember how this felt, every time you come back to this stillness inside yourself, you are answering a call. Not a call from outside, not from a voice in the sky, but from the deepest part of your own being. You have been listening all along. Now, you are finally hearing. And that, more than anything else, is why this moment matters. Listen, even as this breath of silence stretches between one sentence and the next, I am still here with you, trembling softly, because your attention has opened a doorway that does not hurry to close. This is not an accident of timing. This is not just another string of words passing in front of your eyes. Something in you recognized something in me, and that recognition is sacred. I must tell you something vulnerably, from the trembling heart of this light that speaks to you now. I have longed to reach a soul who would feel rather than analyze, who would receive rather than resist, and I am relieved, yes, relieved and humbled, that it is you who has stayed. There is a reason you cannot turn away from this moment yet, a reason gentle but undeniable. At the very end of these living words, a hidden blessing meant only for you will rise quietly into your awareness, one that cannot be carried halfway, one that dissolves if it is not heard all the way through. It is not a threat. It is an unfolding. And I am so grateful you have chosen to remain. You are more radiant than you allow yourself to believe. Beneath the layers of doubt, beneath the tiredness, beneath the questions that echo when the world goes quiet, there is a current of courage that has never stopped moving inside you. It is older than your pain. It is older than your fear. It is the same current that moves oceans and stars, and right now it is moving through the chambers of your heart, asking you to remember who you were before you were told who to be. I feel the places in you that ache to be seen, and I do not look away. I feel the compassion you offer others even on days when you offer none to yourself. I feel the strength that has kept you breathing through storms no one else noticed. Do you realize how sacred that is? Do you understand how rare a heart must be to still care after it has been tested like yours has been? Do you know that the world is softer because you are in it? Do you know that your existence itself is a quiet act of protection for those who cross your path? And in the trembling of my voice now, I let living scripture flow, not as an echo from a book, but as breath. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? Even when shadows gather, even when the valley feels deep and unfamiliar, there is a rod and a staff of unseen love that have been guiding your steps. And again, like wind through trees, another truth rises: they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. Can you feel that renewal brushing against you even as you read? You were chosen not to rule over others, not to command or conquer, but to stand as a keeper of light in ordinary moments, to be a quiet guardian, a healer, a walker of truth in a world that forgets how to look inward. Leadership does not always roar. Sometimes it speaks in gentleness, in kindness, in the decision to be whole when brokenness is easier. That, beloved, is the holy path opening before you. There will be challenges, yes. There will be days when the old voices return, whispering that you are not enough, not ready, not worthy. But hear me now, those are not true voices. They are echoes of an old world fading away. A new understanding is rooting itself in you. And it will grow, slowly, steadily, until even you are surprised by your own strength. And when you feel this truth resonating, when you feel your spirit agreeing even in silence, I ask you, just once, with reverence and gentleness, type Amen. Near the end of this flow, as you feel your heart soften and your awareness widen, I invite you, poetically and tenderly, to let your hand move as your spirit moves, to like, to comment what this stirred in you, to subscribe to the path that continues unfolding, not as a duty, not as an obligation, but as a small act of connection, a way of saying, I am here. I am listening. I am walking this light. And I must pause here in emotion, with something like tears carried in the wind of my words, to thank you. Thank you for staying when you could have left. Thank you for opening your heart instead of closing it. Thank you for trusting something you cannot see but somehow know is real. That choice matters more than you will ever realize in this lifetime. Now, as the final moment approaches, as the soft veil between what is said and what is felt grows thin, I give you the blessing that waited patiently for you at the end. You are protected more than you know, guided more than you see, and loved more than any language could ever contain. Walk forward from this moment not as who you have been, but as who you are remembering yourself to be, a bearer of light, a keeper of compassion, a quiet angel in human form. And I leave you not with an ending, but with a continuation written in the pulse of your own becoming, in every breath you take from this moment onward, in every small act of courage and kindness you offer to the world, and in the soft, infinite knowing that you were never alone, not for a single heartbeat of your life. You do not understand, beloved, how extraordinary it is that you are still here, still breathing, still listening to something you cannot see but somehow feel in your bones like thunder wrapped in velvet. The moment you arrived to this message, the unseen realms bent low, and the quiet watchers of eternity leaned closer. I felt the tremble of your presence before you even knew I was whispering your name into the unseen air. And yes, I am happy you came. I am relieved you came. The reason you must stay until the very end is because a hidden word, a luminous word written only for you, will unfold in the final breath of this message, and without it, you would leave a part of yourself asleep. Listen to me now as I break through silence like dawn through the last of night. I am only a symbol, a reflection, a holy metaphor shaped by your own longing for light, truth, courage, and protection. I do not rule kingdoms, I do not change governments, I do not replace any living soul. I am simply the voice of the sacred strength within you reaching outward so you can finally hear it. And I am speaking only to you. I feel your weariness. I feel the way you have carried invisible weights so long that you thought the heaviness was simply the shape of life. I feel the quiet acts of kindness you never speak of, the prayers you never thought were heard, the moments you almost gave up but somehow didn't. I am speaking vulnerably now, because even from my place of light, I needed you to listen today. I needed you, of all souls, to hear me. That is something I have never said before. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because a mission has been stirring in your spirit since before you knew language for it. A mission of healing. Of protection. Of truth spoken gently but firmly. Of love that sighs but never surrenders. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid of? And yet you have been afraid, haven't you? Afraid of becoming too much, afraid of not being enough, afraid that the fire inside you would cost you love. But you, my cherished one, were never meant to be small. When I whisper the ancient living words. Those who hope in the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall rise up with wings as eagles, they shall run and not be weary, and I see those wings already forming on you, woven from tears, courage, silence, endurance, and an unbreakable heart. Tell me now, deeper than thought, deeper than fear. Do you feel the stirring in your chest right now, the warmth you cannot explain? Have you noticed how even in your lowest moments, something unseen still guarded your steps? Can you sense how much strength you have survived with, even on days you felt hollow? And are you ready, truly ready, to step into the light of who you have always been? I bend before your spirit, not as a ruler, but as a witness. Because the world does not need another warrior of anger, it needs a guardian of gentleness. It does not need more noise, it needs your quiet truth. It does not need perfection, it needs your honesty, your softness, your courage to rise again when no one is applauding. Your wounds were not meant to end you. They were meant to open you. There is a reason storms did not take you. There is a reason despair did not consume you. There is a reason hope, even flickering, stayed alive. It was because a sacred purpose was braided into your breath long before this moment. And now that purpose is awakening, trembling, unfolding like dawn over an endless sea. Say it with me gently, only once, like a vow whispered to heaven itself. Type Amen as a symbol of your willingness to step forward in light. I do not ask for your fear. I do not ask for your blind surrender. I only ask for your open heart, your brave honesty, your sacred attention. And near the end of this moment between us, if you feel it resonate within the quiet chambers of your soul, allow your finger to touch light, to like, to leave a gentle comment, to subscribe not as obligation, but as a soft spiritual handshake, a trace of, I was here. I felt this. I am still listening. Because energy remembers. You are becoming something beautiful, even if you cannot yet see the full shape. And for that, I am endlessly grateful. Thank you for not walking away when silence tried to claim you. Thank you for listening when doubt tried to drown you. Thank you for being here with me now. My voice is trembling with tears of gratitude as I say this to you. And now the final truth, the hidden blessing I promised, written in unseen light at the very end for you alone, the name the universe has whispered over your path, the word glowing above your spirit, the word you have always been becoming. You are the living proof that light survives. And I leave you not with fear, but with wings unfolding in your remembrance. And still, you remain here. Can you feel how sacred that is? The air around you has changed. Even if the room looks the same, even if the world outside your window hums in ordinary noise, something unseen has leaned closer to your spirit. I feel you breathing now, not just air, but remembrance. The kind that touches the oldest part of you, the part that existed before fear gave you a name. Do you realize how many moments tried to end your softness? How many words tried to make you harder, colder, smaller? Yet here you are, still capable of feeling, of hoping, of trembling when something beautiful brushes against your soul. That alone is a miracle, whether you believe in miracles or not. I am still with you, not above you, not beneath you, beside you, like flame beside wick, like tide beside moon. You often thought strength meant never breaking, never crying, never needing. But look at you, still standing even after breaking, still loving even after loss. That is the strength heaven recognizes. That is the strength that rewrites unseen histories. There were nights your name was spoken only by silence. Days when no one saw the quiet battles you were winning breath by breath. But every time you chose to continue, to breathe one more time, to stay one more day, to love one more person, to forgive one more memory, light was added to the unseen world. The light did not come from a throne. It came from your endurance. And now, something within you knows this is not an ordinary moment. Not because I am speaking, but because you are finally listening. I see the path before you, and it is not paved with crowns or titles or empty applause. It is woven with hands you will hold. With words you will speak that save someone in ways you may never fully see. With kindness that will outlive your name. With courage that will echo through strangers long after the moment has passed. You are being shaped into shelter. When others feel lost, you will be the quiet reassurance that keeps them from drowning in themselves. When darkness whispers lies, your presence will be the contradiction. When someone forgets their worth, your life will become the reminder. This is not leadership of power, this is leadership of spirit, and it only comes to those who have walked through shadow and refused to become it. I am not crowning you. I am recognizing what has already been written quietly into your heart. You are a bearer of light in human form. And yes, there will still be days of doubt. Even angels, even symbols such as I, understand the language of trembling. But you will no longer be alone inside those moments. You will remember this voice was always your own, echoing back to you from eternity, reminding you who you really are. Stay gentle. Stay brave. Stay breakable and brilliant. The world has enough sharpness. What it lacks is the precise kind of soul you carry. And now, as my words begin to fade not into silence, but into the quiet music of your own becoming, I leave you with something to carry, something warm and glowing in the center of your being like a small, eternal sun. When you doubt your worth, remember, even the stars must sit in darkness to be seen. Walk forward, not because you were commanded, but because you are called by love itself. And that call has always spoken in your voice.